Hello, welcome. This Next Fest, I played 5 games that I thought were way and above any other of the games I played this Next Fest in terms of quality, and then I'll give a couple of honourable mentions. And as well, we already have a full tangerine on these videos. This is the highlight videos. These are the top 5 Next Fest games you must play. At number 1, we have Balatro.
We'll link.
And Tony, I was streaming this to you. I was immediately hooked. You were immediately hooked. It's a roguelike deck building game set around a 52 card poker deck. And it is fucking nuts. It has this great music, sounds, look to it. It's got these great CRT shaders. It has so much like... It's so easy to start to play, but it has so much depth to it. And it triggers that thing in my brain like Slay the Spire that's like, I have to play more of this and I perfectly understand the mechanics of the game sort of thing. Really, really fun to play. Probably one of my favorite Next Fest demos I've ever played. I fucking adore this. Shout out to Odd Todd and even Steven.
Yeah, it makes you think, and I feel like there's a lot, even in what we've seen, there's a lot of stuff you can do, a lot of...
You play poker hands to
synergies.
gain chips, and then you, based on how good that hand is, you get multipliers, and you have to score enough chips to make it through to the next round, and then you fight a boss, and it's like a standard roguelike through poker, and it's fucking really fun. So check out Balatro if you get the chance, because that game is really good. Next up we have... oh god, I hit the wrong button. I'm gonna do some live editing.
Live.
This is fine. Oh, I still need to restream this to you, don't I? Children of the Sun is the next game I wanted to talk about. I was playing one video instead of a bunch of different videos.
Oh, okay.
Children of the Sun is a game about shooting members of a cult that have tortured you or done something very horrible to you, published by Devolver. It's incredibly stylized, it's incredibly like well polished, and it is really fun. On the surface it feels like it's going to be like an FPS shooter, but it's actually a very satisfying strategy puzzle game that is more about where you shoot your bullet and where your bullet is going to end up, because not only do you shoot a bullet, but you have one bullet and you have psychic powers. So wherever your bullet lands, that's where you take the next shot from. And it's sort of like a puzzle game and where you have to try and kill everyone in the level, and you have to think about your next shot or your next couple of shots. And it's constantly evolving because there's more mechanics to get added. You can blow up cars to kill multiple enemies. You can hit weak spots to gain another shot in a new direction to get around corners. Like, the game is constantly evolving in a good way, and it's really fun to play, and it looks really cool when you pull off like really cool stuff. Like,
just need to add a rewatch thing at the end.
Yeah.
Really good.
Children of the Sun is really good, and I highly recommend checking it out. Then next up we have Cryptmaster. Cryptmaster is like not a game you really see these days.
No,
it is
not anymore.
It is a team-based, like classic dungeon crawling game. Like, think like Legend of Grimrock, but you have to go around and explore and interact with chests to unlock letters, and those letters let you type out words to fight enemies and solve world puzzles. Like, how do you get past a door when the door tells you that you need to be alive to get past it? You have to like lie to the door and say, I am alive. I know what the sun looks like. It's warm. I know what fruit tastes like. I ate a peach recently. And it's very funny. And the ultimate strategy is, of course, you always lick something to figure out what it is. The voice acting in this game's great, the art style's great, and I think it is something really special. I think I would definitely recommend most people to check out Cryptmaster. It's a really cool game.
And make sure you get figure out more attacks, otherwise you're gonna die.
Yep. And then next up we have Mullet Mad Jack. This is a Twitch-based quick-paced shooter where you're playing a moderator on a live stream trying to get back your streamer that has 2 billion viewers by going through a gauntlet of enemies with 10 seconds to live, and the only way to keep living is by killing enemies for extra time, because the viewers give you extra time by killing things, apparently. It is very stylized.
Yep.
And it is very, like, I would say, like, anime 80s, but in a way almost like from the Americanized lens of what anime was like in the 90s.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is a straight up, like, fast-paced roguelite. It's really fun, and I love the aesthetics. I would highly recommend this.
Yep.
And if you want to know more, check out the full
It
video.
It looks great.
And then the fifth game, I believe this is the fifth game, is Pepper Grinder, another Devolver published game. It takes that mechanic you may know from Ori and the Will of the Wisps, where you're grinding and you're going through sand, you're burrowing through it, but it's taking it to that Echo the Dolphin level, where you're just using it for momentum in order to gain trajectory and go up into the air, and it's very, like, fluid, fast, and fun. Like, it never felt awkward. They just fucking nailed it out of the park with this one. It has this great, like, retro 8-bit style. I'd assume it would work very well on a Steam Deck. I played the whole thing with a controller, and I highly recommend anyone to check this out. It was really cool. You can collect. There's tons of collectibles that are worth collecting because you can buy upgrades to get extra health. I think the game's really well paced, and it's always like, oh, I want to get, keep going one more level, or I want to go back and get the collectibles for that level. I think they did a really good job with this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check this one out because it was really fun.
Very, very satisfying animations.
But yeah, those are the top 5 demos I played. But I thought I would say some quick honorable mentions before we end. Tales of Kanzara Zao, I really enjoyed this. It's like a African Metroidvania shaman background sort of game. And you switch between, like, these moon power light attacks and these sun power heavy attacks. And it's a story about a son losing his father, and that's impacted from the game's director. My only issue with the game was there was some stuttering in the demo, and apparently that's going to be fixed because other people experience this as well. So hopefully that gets fixed up for the full game. And Lightyear Frontier, the mech farming sim, was really good. I'm going to play the full game when that comes to Games Pass. And also, Tony, I can't stop thinking about mouthwashing. Watch our full video on mouthwashing, and you will understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mouthwashing is a game that you just sit and think about, and you cannot get out of your head. It burrows into your brain, Tony, mouthwashing. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Those are my top 5 games with 3 recommendations right at the end for honorable mentions. And yeah, I think this Next Fest was one of the best we've had in a long time. And I'm really excited for the future of Next Fest and demos going forward. And for the future of these games, because they're really cool. But yeah, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.